Hello my friends, how y'all doing? I hope you're having a beautiful day so far. In today's video, as you can see from the title, we are going to be trying out new Dior soft filters. I picked up two of them. It came in a little bag like this, just a cute bow, and I got two shades, so we are going to put these ones to the test. I picked up shade 2 Peony and shade 6 Hibiscus. I see they have 10 shades, and at the time that I placed my order on Dior's Canada website, few of them were available, other ones were sold out. I'm not sure if they were actually sold out or just not available yet, but I feel like I picked up shades that I wanted. I wanted something neutral and pink. This is the packaging, so I wanted something neutralish pink, which will be Peony, shade 2. The packaging is stunning. It's very weighty, extremely weighty. You can see that we get a very thick glass, and it's all matte, right? So the packaging will be equal as their concealers say, or the luminizer, but the luminizer has, you can see the silver cap, and this one is all black just like the concealer, but the bottle is completely matte, so you can tell them apart, which is really cool. This looks dark. Let's read on description of this product. Liquid blush with a whipped airy texture that is gonna cover the complexion in a cloud of color for an instant filter effect. Some of the benefits, so they say it's gonna offer a radiant matte blur finish for a cloud of color. It melts beneath your fingers for a second skin finish. It is infused with hyaluronic acid, which is going to keep the skin hydrated for 24 hours. Usually, these products are acne safe and everything. I'll make sure to let you know right there, because I'm not gonna waste too much time into ingredients right now. But you can apply the blush directly to the cheeks with your fingertips for a more intense finish, or use a brush for a softer, more diffuse look. So we're gonna try the fingers first, and we're gonna start with Peony. So this is Peony. Let me show you a swatch. So same thick dolphin applicator. I can see that whipped finish already. Wow, it looks like a liquid lipstick. I don't know if you can see. Hold on, let me blend it a little bit. Wow, it is so thick. It truly feels like I'm blending a lipstick. So that's that. Let's swatch hibiscus now that we have the other swatch beside it. And hibiscus is a stunning red shade that I wanted. I've been upset with like just red blush in general lately. Oh my god, that is so thick. But this one specifically looked like a bright red. Oh my goodness. This looks beautiful. Okay. A little goes a long way. You can see. Very interesting, very interesting. It literally feels like liquid lip. And I'm just gonna go right ahead. Let's do the nude first. And I'm gonna do my finger. And we're gonna blend. No, I did not have enough to do, so I am going to pick it up from my finger. And I am, you can see, changing fingers where I have the product, and I'm using my ring finger to help me blend that in. Just put a little bit more. This looks like a very soft color. Like it does have some, it has some good payoff, but I don't feel like the finger is really like applying a lot. They say to apply with the finger if you wanted more payoff, but I don't know, for some reason I feel like maybe the brush will give me more. But it's blending good. You can see it's very easy to apply. It's literally blending in seconds. So I feel like it's needed, especially like right here, outer portion of my cheek area, and then I'll bring the rest over. Okay, it looks like a beautiful color. It really does. I love that it's very neutral, just what I was looking for. And you can see that it does build up quite easily. I already see that blurring action that they're talking about. It's truly a whipped blush. So check out the finish of this blush. It is so pretty. It truly became one with my skin. Like I could not see a powdery finish. It's literally a liquid cream, but very soft. Again, not a powdery finish. It feels like I have cream on. It doesn't completely dry down, but I'm loving the natural color. I'm loving how easy that was to blend. I actually want to use a brush because that's how I like to apply these kinds of products. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna use Refer's Hello 2, and we're gonna do that on this side. I'm gonna apply 2 little dots like that. Oh yeah, I like the brush. I always like a brush. I just feel like I don't struggle and I don't get my fingers dirty. It's so weird. I just have something with like having a makeup wipe right beside it when I'm doing my makeup if I'm touching any creams. Wow, that blend. Okay. Did you see how much I struggled to blend this side compared to this one? I mean, the brush is the way to go. I love this color. It reminds me of their liquid lipstick in the shade 101, I feel like. I'll show you in a sec. And we'll put it on because it looks just like it. Can you see how natural that looks? It truly just melted on. No fuss. Just 2 seconds. Now I feel like I need to blend this side. I feel like on this side I was struggling too much, just applying and applying and applying and applying, you know what I mean? And then on this side, it's just seamless, easy application. And if you were able to hear little noises, we have a visitor, which I'm not gonna mention the name because then he knows I'm talking about him, but he's surrounding me. He said, Mama, I just wanna see you. I said, okay, welcome, but don't make too much noise. So he keeps walking around my lights and my cables. I hope nothing trips, but I'm obsessed. I see the natural finish they're talking about. I wasn't sure what they meant by it because I kept thinking like this is extra matte. But can you see that? It just looks beautiful. I'm excited. I'm excited for the red. Even though this is shade 2, I feel like it shows up. It was able to be built up with no problems. And it just looks so pretty. I think I'll be able to like build it up even more if I need to. Especially like right in front, you know, for a more elevated cheek portion area, whatever you want to call. Magic. I would love to wear this and be able to see how low wearing it is. I will. I'm not sure which one I want to leave on because this red looks stunning and I'm so much into it. So I'm going to remove this side and we'll apply the red on this side of my face. I'll be right back. Let's go ahead and apply the red one. I think I'll start with 1 dot. Like that. So a little bit more. Alright friends, here it is. You can see both blushes on. To be honest, I just love. I'm obsessed with this formula because it is just so easy to apply, so easy to blend, very like mess free, absolutely mess free. One dot, it'll take you maybe two dots, you know, you can build it up if you need to. I love the very soft and natural color, and I love the punchy red. I feel like these are going to be, yeah, just like an easy reach, an easy grab, you know what I mean? Sometimes with like liquid products, they could be a little messy, or they could be just too much glow. These are gonna be perfect for oilier skins, you know, people that don't really like that much glow on. And if I'm being honest, like during the summertime, sometimes I just feel like overwhelmed whenever I put too much glow, or like the liquid blushes and it's just like too glowy and you're like an oil slick, you know. But these are just gonna be an easy application. They don't feel like much on, they do not dry powdery, so they do feel like cream when you touch them, you know. But not a big deal. I feel like, you know, you can always set them if you like to, but I feel like I like that really just natural appearance, you know, that it has. It's just very natural, you know. So I love that. Now when it comes to other blushes and like how to compare them, I don't feel like, I was thinking about maybe the Armani ones, because this texture is not so glowy as say the Hourglass, or what other liquid, maybe like the matte ones from like Rare Beauty, something like that. But this is just very whipped, very whipped. So you know, it'll give you a similar effect as the Rare Beauty. However, I feel like this is giving me a little bit more of, I don't know, just like a perfected effect on the cheek area. You know, like it really kind of looks like it's powder, but when you look close, it's not really powder and it doesn't feel like powder. I don't know if you remember years ago, I think Maybelline had like a bouncy blush or something like that. It reminds me of that. It's been so, and I think it was only like one shade, unless I remember owning it. It was like one shade. It was like a mauve shade. And that's what this reminds me to. Nothing else comes to mind, which is very random and weird. But yeah, nothing really high-end that comes to mind that has this similar texture. So another hit from Dior. What can I say? Like, they really do their complexion amazing. I love their liquid products. But just in case you were wondering, this is the shade Cherry in their newest blushes, the stick blushes. So that's that. And I'm gonna swatch this one. I also like swatch this one beside it. So you see they're like in the same like similar family, you know, but they're not quite the same amount of red or the same kind of red, like same for Rare Beauty. Like this is more of an orangey red. The one from Dior is more like a coral red, which I actually prefer, to be quite honest. I really love the coral because it has some pink in it and it tones down a little bit of my warm tones. I feel like, I don't know if it's just my impression, but this is the only, you know, like things that I could think of when it comes to like blushes like this. These from Charlotte is like a true red, so I'll show you the one from Charlotte so you can see it on. This one is more neutral. It's not as coral, you can see, as this one, right? I hope that makes sense. Okay, I think I'm rambling. I really don't have anything else in my collection similar to, but I always like to bring, you know, your attention to anything that you may have in your collection already, just in case that you don't need to run and grab, you know, these new things that I do review. But I review them so that you can see how they look like and everything. And you know, I am a Dior absolute obsessed. So anything Dior, I think I'm gonna like it. I pretty much like everything from them. I don't know, they just have, everything is just good. They just do it very good. What do you think? I am going to be wearing this. I think I'll remove the red and I'll just keep this one on today. And then I'm gonna make sure to pin a comment and let you know how long wearing it was. Yeah, friends, I love to hear your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Have you tried these blushes? What do you think of the two shades that I picked up? Are you interested in any of the others? Have you seen anything similar? Maybe I've never tried it. Maybe it already existed and now I'm just living under a rock. Would love to know. Thank you, friends, for watching. I love you all so much, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye.